This is my favorite story. I thought I would read it to you. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He had it since he was a baby. He loved it with all his heart.
No, Sarah? Tell you what. You don't have to show the pictures. And, Sarah, you're holding the microphone too high.
Next page.
Okay, you hold the book for her.
Yeah. And then you show me. Thank you. This will really help. Fuzzy goes where I go, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, upside down. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter, applesauce, cake. Flip the page, Kate. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under his pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but... Pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific big boy gift in its place. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his pajama pants and went to sleep. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No kidding, said Owen's mother. No wonder, said Owen's father. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to hair clippings and nail clippings and haircuts and trips to the dentist. Can't be a baby forever, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the vinegar trick? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. Then, when Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy into a jar of vinegar. Owen sniffed it and smelled it and sniffed it. He picked a new favorite corner. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around his sandbox, buried it in the garden, and dug it up again. Good as new, said Owen. Fuzzy wasn't very fuzzy anymore, but Owen didn't mind. He carried it and wore it and dragged it. He sucked it and hugged it and twisted it. What are we going to do? asked Owen's mother. School is starting soon, said Owen's father. Can't bring a blanket to school, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of saying no? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. Look at Owen. I have to bring Fuzzy to school, said Owen. No, said Owen's mother. No, said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy and started to cry and would not stop. Don't worry, said Owen's mother. It'll be all right, said Owen's father. And then, suddenly, Owen's mother said, I have an idea. It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First she snipped, then she sewed. Then she snipped and sewed some more. Oh, she'll like this part. Snip, 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 so, dry your eyes, wipe your nose. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Now Owen carries one of his not-so-fuzzy handkerchiefs with him wherever he goes.
Yeah, just talk.
The reason why I like the Owen book is because I have my own blanket and I wanted to show it to you. And here it is.
Show her where it's all worn.
Oh, great. Well, at least I'm not talking. So. It's torn because I sleep with it every night and I play with it and I don't feel very good about the torn, but I love it very, very, very much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Wait 1 second.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Me.
Okay, you can talk.
No. To the microphone! Okay. Enough already. I'm telling the story. I'm telling the story of Chanticleer.
Just the box. Just hold the box. Okay.
I'm telling the story of Chanticleer the rooster. In the late afternoon, when the sun was just kissing the tops of treetops over in the forest, Chanticleer would be out in the farmyard before anybody else. He would flap his wings a few times, dig his claws into the dirt, and then he let loose for marvelous. Just in case I might have missed it, he'd do it again. That's not all. After he was done waking up everybody in the farmyard, he'd go to see his 7 wives, his favorite wives. His favorite wives, the one who he loved when she just hatched some eggs, was Dame Cola. Dame Cola was a beautiful one.
Hold the mic.
Well, I'm getting
No. Sarah, sit down.
I'm getting so nervous.
You're doing a great job, Jake. You just can't hold the top of the mic because it'll fall apart.
Not there.
Go ahead. Just tell Daddy the story. He went to see his favorite wife who had just laid eggs. What happened next?
One morning when he climbed into the ramp and perched next to her, he was very bad. She said, "Husband, what's wrong? Are you ill?" Well, I had a difficult night last night. I had a terrible dream. Terrible dream. You must explain it to me right now. Sometimes they say dreams have meanings. Some of the wise people say so. Well, I was out walking in the farmyard. It was a peaceful scene in my dream that was, when suddenly I saw a ferocious beast. I've never seen anything like it. It had pointy ears with black tips and a bushy tail. Except for the points of the ears, it was orange all over. But what I remember most was a ferocious beast, sharp, pointy teeth. And in my dream, I knew this creature was about to attack me and eat me. What a terrible dream you've had. I think it means nothing whatsoever. It's probably just something you ate. You better go out in the farmyard and pick out some good worms. I don't know. Sometimes they say dreams have meanings. Some of the wisest people say so. Stop and nonsense. Stop and nonsense. So Chanticleer left the farm house of his and walked out into the farmyard where there was worms. But what he did not know was that at that very moment he was being watched by a fox.
Okay, no whispering. You got to tell the story.
The fox had managed to break through the hedge that night in the darkness. Now he was hiding behind a pile of cabbages. Chanticleer the rooster, he watched.
No whispering. She won't be able to hear you.
Strutting up and down and forth. The fox felt very hungry.
Talk real loud so she can hear you. If you whisper, she won't be able to hear you.
He saw the fox saw something to trick him. He thought, and he thought, and he thought, and then he whispered, "I have it." He stepped out behind the pile of cabbages. Chanticleer happened to turn at that moment, and there, to his horror, was the creature of his nightmare. The orange creature with the sharp teeth. He froze in terror.
What happened next?
The fox stepped forward and bowed politely. "Can you direct me to the farmyard of that famous rooster, Mr. Chanticleer?" "A famous rooster, Mr. Chanticleer?" repeated the bird. "Oh yes, the famous rooster in all the countryside of France." "Really? Well, tell me." "Everybody knows that he's the handsomest rooster of all, and that is all of his accomplishments." "Well, tell me a little more." "Actually," he said, "I am Mr. Chanticleer." Of course. I keep forgetting.
Of course. What did he say next?
Well, let me just skip that part because I don't know it very well.
How does he trick the rooster? What does he say to trick the rooster?
Nothing.
I knew your father.
I knew other. You knew my father, and so me. I had him to dinner once, but he did not say that he had Chanticleer's father for dinner. Before he left, he told me the secret of his cockadoo. Well, he would take his claws in as you do, except he did different. He closed his eyes tightly so that he might concentrate, and then he stretched his neck out as far as it would go. And he said it helped the tone. Helped the tone, eh? Chanticleer said. "Okay, I try it. Could you give me a few pointers?" "Of course. Go and try it. And I'll tell you if you're doing it as your father did." Wait. Close my eyes tightly, yes, tightly. And I stretch my neck out as far as it can go. "Is this far enough?" "Not quite," said the fox. And he tiptoed closer. "How's this?" "Perfect." And then he leaped up at the rooster and grabbed him in his throat with his own jaws. Then he whirled around and rushed for the hedge of the farmyard. Chanticleer opened his eyes and realized he'd been tricked. He And, well...
What happened? Had him in the mouth, and started to run to the hedge, and what did Chanticleer do to save himself?
Nothing yet. The animals looked around and said, the fox has Chanticleer, the fox has Chanticleer. Everyone was making quite a racket. That's when the farmer and the whole family rushed out of the farmyard, rushed out from that farmhouse, and what did they see? That the fox made, and now with Chanticleer, and they were straight for the forest. Everybody knew that once he had gotten into the trees, he would never get out again. Now Chanticleer knew this also, and as everybody came chasing after him with pitchforks and clubs, all these animals shouting, snorting, and running as fast as he could. And well, when we got low, Chanticleer fought, and he fought again, and he fought, and he fought, and he fought, and then he got it. Monsieur Fox, you must be a fox, because no one fox can find out what a brilliant trick this is. Are you a fox? Still running with Chanticleer. I've always wanted to meet a fox, although not in the sleigh. Chuckled the fox. I always knew how you do these crafty tricks. I like doing that. When he says
crafty tricks.
and he got another one. He asked, "Could you tell me one of the tricks?" The fox said, And when he opened the jaws to speak, Chanticleer flapped up to a tree much too far up to the fox to reach. And the fox sat down, hungry, down there. And the fox said to come down and I'll explain everything. Oh no, I'm not falling for one of your other tricks. What trick? I was just hurrying you home so you could eat me more quicker. No. Share a meal in a long day's discussion. I do not believe you, fox. And if you look and turn around, you'll see that the farmer is coming. If I were you, I would get away as fast as I could. He chuckled again. Turn out it's their play, they say. And
can you tell Nan about that story?
No, I'm not done.
Done.
The fox got into the forest, and Chanticleer flapped down to the shoulder of the farmer and went home. The end.
Okay, can you tell her how you learned that story?
I learned it from Animal Tales.
Where's Animal Tales? How do you know Animal Tales?
By a tape.
What do you do with the tape?
Put it in the tape player.
When?
When I go to sleep.
Is it your nighttime tape that you listen to before you go to bed?
And no. I listen to it when I go to bed.
Oh, okay.
And Daddy, now can I listen to my tape player? But put Mulan into it, please.